Hi everyone, welcome back to the Math Culture channel. Today we'll be discussing the concept of factorization. Imagine for a moment that you have a bag that contains 8 apples and you decided that you want to distribute this apple into smaller bags. At the moment, the number of bags were not specified, but we want equal number of apples to be in each of the smaller bags. So what are your options really? What are your options? You can decide to think about the 8 apples as 4 different apples. You could think about it as 2 apples in 4 different places, and you could as well say you want to put 1 apple in each of the bags. Whatever you decide to do, you will find that each of those groups will always add up to 8. And that is just a simple way to understand the concept of factorization. You're trying to distribute a quantity such that when you add up those quantities, they will give you back the original quantity. So let's go to a formal definition of factorization. Sometimes factorization is called factoring, and it means splitting a number or an algebraic expression into 2 or more numbers, such that when you multiply those numbers, you get the original number. Okay, this also applies to expressions. So quickly, let's do a check on our knowledge. What are the factors of 12? Just like I said in the previous example, assuming we have 12 apples, we want to find those quantities such that when you divide them equally, they will add up back to 12 if you decide to add them up. So in this case, you could decide to split 12 into 6 apples and another 6 apples. Again, you could decide to go 3 apples, 3 apples, 3 apples, 3 apples, such that when you add the 2 6s, you get 12. When you add the 4 3s, you get 12. And you could also decide to do 2 apples, 2 apples in 6 different places, right? 2 apples, 2 apples, 2 apples again. And when you add it all up, you will get 12. So this is how you find the factor of a number. Likewise, you can pause the video and do the same for question B, which is find the factors of 15. Give it a try and come back. So for 15, give me a moment. Give me a moment, please. So for 15, if you found that the factors are 1, 3, 5, and 15, then you are correct. What that simply means is you can decide to think about 15 as a product of 1 and 15. In other words, 2 factors 1 and 15, such that when you multiply them together, it gives you 15. In the same vein, 15 can also be expressed as 3 times 5. So the 4 factors of 15, or the 2 factors of 15, the 4 factors of 15 are 1, 3, 5, and 15. Let's take another example. So the first method by which you can find the factors of a number or the factors of an expression is by inspection. So what that means is that you're looking at the two terms. For example, here, we're saying ax raised to the power 3 minus ax. You're individually inspecting the two terms. and you're trying to see what is the common term to both. If we look carefully at this, we can see that ax is common here and ax is common here. Again, we can rewrite ax cubed as a times x times x times x. To understand this better, you can revisit our previous videos, such as you will find here. So if you think about ax cubed as a times x times x times x, it's easy for you to see, or it's easy for you to rewrite this expression here as ax times x times x minus ax, right? Looking individually at this, you can see that ax is common, right? So if you bring out ax or you factor out ax, you'll be left with xx. Then you'll be left with 1 here because you already factored out ax, right? So that becomes ax bracket x squared minus 1. So these two expressions multiplied together will give us the original expression ax cubed minus ax. So that means the factors of ax cubed minus ax are ax and x squared minus 1. You can decide to simplify this further, but we're not going to talk about it in this particular lesson. Let's go to example 2. So example 2 is saying factor this. 3xy plus 6xz plus 18yz. If you look individually at these three expressions, you can see that we have xy here, but then we have xz here, and then again we have yz here. So it looks like there's no single common factor amongst all of the letters that are represented here. However, if you take a closer look, you will see that 3 is here, 3 is also here, and 18 is here. And this can be written as 3xy plus 2 times 3xz plus 6 times 3yz. So if you look closely, you can see that 3 is common to the three expressions, right? So we can just factor out 3 and we write that expression as 3 into bracket xy plus 2xz plus 6yz. So this seems like this is the furthest you can simplify this. So we can say the factors of that expression are 3 and xy plus 2xz plus 6yz. So the factors of the expression 3xy plus 6xz plus 18yz are 3 and xy plus 2xz plus 6yz. Looks like that's all I have for you for today. I've got a take-home assignment for you. Please try it out. It's very simple. If you feel the need to watch the video again, please do. It will enhance your understanding. It will help you to get a better grasp of what we have taught today, and definitely will be enhancing your algebra skills. So give it a try. You will find the answers in the description section. Thank you for watching this video. Talk to you next time. Bye bye.